Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, man, what's good with it, man? Hey, good morning. Appreciate you for coming rock with me. You know, I had wanted to go live a little earlier, but we're gonna have so much stuff that's gonna be going on with these events. So I just wanted to come out and just do it like a little live stream right quick and give a couple shout outs and some situations that I heard that was occurring that a lot of people might have haven't heard of, and some people might have, that the situation that was brought to me was somebody off of Facebook. So a place I don't really go no more. It's like a desert to me. Don't get me wrong, Facebook is for people that like Facebook. So y'all have y'all category of the people that like Facebook. But somebody was bringing to my attention that something that they didn't bring this part to my attention, but they brought to my attention there was something that was on Facebook about these coronavirus epidemic that's going on, and how people how these not people, how the hospitals is getting all this funding for the coronavirus and stuff like that. Because you know they say they got this amount of coronavirus patients or this amount of coronavirus patients that passed away, and when you fluff up the numbers, then the hospitals are getting all these different types of grants and stuff like that. So I recall when Donald Trump was saying, "Oh, these corporations is doing this here. They're gonna cut the funding from the hospitals if they don't do such and such." And I remember everybody was talking about like Donald Trump talking about cutting the funding to the hospitals in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, talking about people, you know, all that situation was going on. But like I said, it's Donald Trump. So what you want to expect? So when I'm hearing Donald Trump say that, I was kind of like iffy about it, but I was like, I can see the situation that people is beating the game down and trying to win, and in the case of like trying to, you know, they have people, they make money when things is in chaos. That's when they rise to the occasion to start doing things like, you know, you always see this one or two billionaires just pop up out of a situation like this here. But in this case scenario, it's more about like the hospitals and how they do their business, right? So I was looking at that situation what Donald Trump was saying, and a thing that a person brought to my attention that was off of Facebook was they were saying what these hospitals is doing. They taking these coronavirus cases, right? The ones that's coming up positive, and they being resold to the hospital so they could instead of, like, you know what I'm saying, like they documenting cases they're saying that this person have coronavirus when in actuality they don't. And I was hearing that they had people that was coming out saying that that's what they was doing. So when I heard that case scenario, I was like, oh man, hold up, I gotta go get me something to drink and talk about this, especially during this time that people should be trying to help each other, not a time where they complaining about Russia trying to hack to see what information that this government has instead of having it widely spread available for everybody to have access to. It don't make no sense. But this is a shout out, so I want to give a shout out to all the people that do that. And the person that sent me on this information, his name was what's his name was, I forgot. But he's not nobody on YouTube or nothing like that or do anything. He's just a normal person that I know off of Facebook and stuff like that. And he, you know, sent me a message about things like that. I know he got like a French name, so it'll come to me in a minute. Like not Wale, but it's a French name. But anyway, so we're gonna have this event, you know, it's gonna start off on Bound channel, right? So we're gonna go in. If anybody know Mr. 100, type in Mr. 100 on YouTube, you gonna come up with Bound. You know what I'm saying? Mr. 100, the bald headed dude, got the cup in his hand, yeah. That's Mr. 100. We're gonna go live on this channel. We're gonna go we're gonna do a little pre-show thing. We're gonna talk, give our opinions, how we feel, what we looking forward to, what we want to see, the things we want to see, how we want to see them, and you know, just give our, you know, show y'all where our hype factor is located at. Watch the show, you know what I'm saying, and give our live reactions. So we're gonna bam hit y'all with our live reactions, and then after we do our live reaction on Bound channel, then we're gonna go over to the boy Flip Money. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Flip Money. Everybody that know how to make that money flip. But we're gonna go over there to Flip Money, and we're gonna you know what I'm saying, we're gonna take all this information, all the stuff that we have seen. We're gonna let it digest for a second, and then we're gonna go and bring our opinions on Flip channel. And when we're going on Flip channel, you know, he's gonna give us the opportunity to take in this information, hear other people outs and ins about what they like to see and what they would want to see coming, things that they didn't like, and some of the stuff that you might have seen at first that was a little iffy, but then you became excited about, things that you was overexcited about, that now you'd have seen more about it, and it's kind of bringing you back down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Realization of what's actually going on. So with these things that's gonna be occurring, we're gonna try to bring it to you and give multiple people's perspective, give you a sense of synergy. So we're gonna bring like a group of people in, we're gonna watch and give, you know what I'm saying, more people that's more willing to, that's more not willing, hold up. More people that's like let's say for example me, I'm more of a person that's, you know what I'm saying, up tempo, and when I see more things, you know what I'm saying, I get excited. I'm a up spirited person. I like things, so I'm more inclined to do a more of a live reaction. Then they have the people that like to sit back and be like, okay, so we got A, B, and C. Let's take A, B, and C and do, you know what I'm saying, you got these technical people that want to dissect everything and get in there and get the cutting all the way down and get the chopping up and dissect everything. You know, the people that'll take a movie and watch it at 0.25 frames per second. You know, just slow it all the way down and watch a whole movie like that just to find any type of Easter egg that they can find. You know, me, I'm like a person that like to notice the stuff, and then if I go back and watch it, maybe years later, like, oh, that's what that was, I didn't notice. But these days, we have YouTube, and YouTube, they're going to show you everything day one. All you got to do is type in whatever you're watching, whatever you're looking at, and you can find all the Easter eggs. Sometimes it should be so incredible that you find all the Easter eggs before the movie even come out. How is that possible? But, you know, you got those situations. But, man, you know, I'm going to try to get live YN them. There's going to be a lot of people out the YouTube community. And another thing I'm going to try to bring to the table is I'm going to try to do this mix-up, right? And what I call is a mix-up, I'm going to bring it to my channel. And I'm going to have, like, different podcasters and people that was, and your favorite YouTuber, like, so whoever that you might hear, just hit me up on Twitter at XXXCupChuck. You know, it's the same thing as Triple Cup Chuck. And just tag me with your favorite YouTuber that did a live reaction. And I'll go back and watch it. And what I would like to do is take multiple people's YouTube and combine them all into one, and then bring you like with multiple people speaking and giving their opinions at the exact same time, and try to keep it where it don't sound like it's just a bunch of people talking over each other. So I kind of like, you know what I'm saying, if I have to cut and split and add the person that song that bring, you know, I'm gonna try to do all this here. So I don't want to get hanged for it. It's something I'm doing because I want to do it, and if people don't like it, you know what I'm saying, it's cool. But hopefully it's going to be something that's going to be a start of something new and great. Like something like Phil Spencer had says, you can't be afraid to fail, because if you be afraid to fail, then you'll never succeed. Like taking chances, trying new things. Some stuff just might not work. You can't let that, you know what I'm saying, you can't let that worry you and be like, oh, worries me, this didn't work, wasn't a good idea. No, you take that and you stand strong and you build and you keep going. And that's the whole concept of what I'm doing right here. Like if you was watching from my first time I went live just like this here, I was kind of, you know what I'm saying, I'm still doing it right. You can notice like the change and how the dynamics is going to come. It's just about getting better, practicing, doing things that you love. It's expressing your true feelings. Stop trying to be, you know, quote unquote, a person that's biased or do things because this is what they leading you to do. Be a person that say, okay, this is my opinion, so my bias is going to be lined with this. Not my biased opinion is saying this is what I have to talk about, so they paying me to give good lights to this here, so I'm just going to talk about the positive things. No, I like the concept of I can go out here and speak freely and the way I feel about something, and if I see something that's wrong upon in the community, any way, form, or fashion, and if I bring it to the light, that's because we trying to make a change, and I'm seeing something that I might dislike, and you might bring something to my attention and say, hey man, I don't like this either, and then we all of a sudden we putting together synergy of how to change something. You know, we might come to an agreement where, hey, Triple Cup, look, let's go to the table over here, and we could bring this one thing that you was talking about, you know, saying that we in agreements with, like, hey, let's bring this here to the table, let's push this here, let's go ahead and do this here. I'm with all of those things. See, those are the type of things that give me a drive. And then when I'm playing, sitting back, and I'm competitive with gaming, we can sit on Madden and stuff like that, or with the PlayStation or the Xbox, and then I like to sit back and chill after a hard day and watch a good movie. And I'm very artsy because I could draw, I write movies, I could write raps and poetry and all that, you know, that's just a part of me, you know what I'm saying, it's in my DNA. So it's not I don't have training like I went to school to do none of that. A lot of it just came from natural talent and just me being myself. And if I went to school, maybe it'd have been different. But without school training, like I could put together stories, and they can have a lot of people that could put together stories. But the difference is when I'm a person. If I'm not doing nothing at that precise moment, I got to be doing something. So if I'm not doing something on YouTube, I'll be sitting back writing the script. If I'm not writing the script, I'm trying to design art for one of my characters, or I'm trying to put together different things. If it ain't just for myself, I see something that you might want to bring to the table, and I'll be working on it. Stuff that I'm not even good at, even if I like it, I'll try to push it and give my best and give my all. And then I notice the change, and then you see the growth that comes just for being a part and being around. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all motivation. I like that type of stuff and having fun and enjoying life. Don't get me wrong, shooting shots is still be fun, because, you know, we what's good with the chaos. You know, me and, you know, we shoot basketball. Like, yeah, you can't do nothing with me. You can't, you know, but at the same time, we still casual, still friends, still cool. I drink today morning, man. Hey, Chaos, I'm telling you, we're going to be going live. We're going to start off on Bound Channel. We're going to be tearing everything up in there before our presentation. And then we're going to come in with our live reactions on Bound Channel. And after that, we're going to give a moment to like kind of regurgitate, or not regurgitate, inhale and take a good whiff of the information that and the stuff that was brown to us. And after we see that will come out, we're going to come back and dissect it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put some, you know what I'm saying, like some doctors on there. Yeah, I'm with it. Hey, if I wait till I figure out how to add people into this live stream, like they said, that's why I was hollering at Flip. You know what I'm saying? Flip Money. We gonna put together. She gonna put together. And we just gonna go, and I'm gonna start doing the stream yard. That way, I can have people coming in. You know, come in, out, give their opinion, talk about a situation that might be going on at the time, or we see something that a person might have a different opinion about. I want to have it where you can come in and give your opinion and leave in the situation without the fact of that back and forth drama and talking about a personal things. For me, it ain't gonna be nothing about a personal life. It's just more about his personal opinion about a global situation. It might not be a horrible situation. It could be something like, who was your favorite Batman? And people like, oh, or who was your favorite Robin? That could be a dick joke. You know, it could be stuff like that. I don't have those problems. We can talk about now. Let's say, for example, a person might say, I believe that the world is flat. Another person say, are you crazy? It's a digital environment where we live inside this 3D printed out world. That's a computer code. And then another person might say something different, and if they want to voice their different opinions about it, and then a person might have a personal experience that might persuade them into thinking in this direction. You know, give that. But it's no such thing as right or wrong. I want to have it where I come in like a show where we are not responsible for the truth that you may or may not hear during this podcast. You know, that's how I want the whole environment to go. So you're gonna hear some real stuff, but we don't have to be concerned about somebody saying this have to be the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? So some Neo shit. Hopefully they do the reboot. But you know what I'm saying? A person don't have to feel like what they saying have to be politically correct. I just wanted to be like from your personal experience and your direction, because it's synergy. It's about collective mind. I want different opinions from different directions. So if you feel a way about a situation, I want your opinion to be heard. I want your perspective to be known. It could be from time travel. Man, we sit here and we could have a 2-hour podcast about TV shows, time travel, and who does time travel right in our own opinion. My opinion about how time travel works is completely different from the rest of the people that's a part of the panel. And I can tell you right now, they be like, hell no, Chuck, it don't work like this. And I'm still saying, man, this is how I feel time travel works. And I think that they had it right. And even on Rick and Morty, the way I explained time travel, that was something similar to the way they put it into existence. So it wasn't really time travel. If you're a Rick and Morty fan, it was the episode when Marty wanted a pause, a controller that he could pause and rewind and, you know what I'm saying, have a second life like a video game. But ultimately, so he'll go try something, it didn't work, he'll reset. go back and try it again until he figure out the way to do it right. Like same thing with a video game. It's like trial and error, trial and error. And basically he did something and ended up going through a whole life and finding a woman that was the love of his life, and they had a whole trial and tribulation type thing, and they end up growing up and get old, and all of a sudden his dad is found to control it. He said, oh, what's this? And hit the button and reset his whole life. So now he lived the whole life, then had to go all the way back and then redo it all over again, right? Now, he was saying, how you do this? So he went back to Rick. Now with Rick, the funny part about with Rick, he was so, like, Rick is a person where when he fuck over you, and when he jug, he really jugs at you. So this is his nephew. His nephew was trying to show off his nuts, saying that he grown, that he could come up with good ideas for good adventures and stuff like that for episodes, or however they try to play it. So the situation was, Rick was trying to show Marty that he was still superior, and his rules and his ways was actually the most beneficial. And the stuff that he was saying that Marty was doing was just gonna be some crazy shit. So when Marty came back to Rick, and it was about the time and the pause, and Rick was like, yeah, I made the thing, and he gave it to him, and so he was able to go through and live his life, because Rick wanted to show Marty that the things that he was doing wasn't right. So Marty wanted to show Rick that he had his own perspective and what he was going to do. But ultimately, at the end of the show, you know what I'm saying, like I said, spoilerific. That's how everything going to be with me. So I'm going to have to figure out a way of putting all that in here, so when y'all hear it, y'all know it. It is coming straight out like that. But Rick, the thing about it was crazy with Rick, he laid around it and took Marty and said, instead of pausing, what he was doing was pausing, and he was just changing himself into alternate realities of slightly different versions of the same thing that was going on, but he was just skipping, okay, in this reality, you at this point in time, so he's just going through different realities until he found the reality that he wants. He was on this first row of realities, he went through the line and found the one he wants. Then he went to this row of realities and found the one that he wants. But he didn't know that. But every reality that he found the one that he wanted, he killed off the Marty that was in that reality and replaced him with himself. So now he realized all the mistakes he made and all the Martys he had killed, because Rick did fail to tell him that the way time travel worked was you were just hopping from one reality to another reality that exists exactly at the same period of time, but just the time is slightly back. Like with somebody, let's say if you're tracking, right? For example, like when my voice is moving with my face and how I'm saying things, right? Now, with the mistracking is basically time and your voice is offset a little bit, so he was just steady going into a different reality that was offset slightly behind the next reality. Same, everything in the past happened, but it just happened slightly back, you know what I'm saying, slightly slower. It just had a slightly slower kickoff than this reality. So I was thinking more like the multiverse, even on Avengers Endgame. So basically, you didn't go back in time, you just went from your reality and you jumped over to another reality, and in that reality it was that year and in that situation that was in that reality. So they took the time stones out of that reality, came back into their reality, not going forward or backwards in time, they just hopping over realities and hopping into a reality that was in that time. Grab whatever they want, come back into this time, and then when they took it back, they took the time, the stones, and put it back into the same time that it was in. That way they wouldn't hopping back in time. Even if they would have thought they was hopping back in time, when they came back into their present time, nothing would have changed, because the things they have happened has already happened. They would have just hopped over into a different reality. That's why they used the microverse, and it wasn't like there was time traveling. They was more like going into it was a multiverse that they was going into. It was just like a hallway that leading into different doors. That's basically what the microverse is, and I think they call it the quantum verse, but it might have been a microverse on them. But either or, whatever one they call it, y'all know what I'm talking about. So once they do that, that's what put them into different realities. So that's why I was saying, like with Rick and Morty, that's how they was coming with the time travel. So like if a person want to debate with me differently about how they feel how time travel works, you know what I'm saying, it's all up for debate. My perspective is just my perspective. There's no way that you can say that I'm wrong. There's no way you can say that I'm right. There's no way I can say that I'm wrong. There's no way I can say that I'm right. But it's just different perspective. And a lot of people like to hear a different perspective and how you come up with these conclusions of why you feel this way. That's what makes it special more than just the conclusion. It's the journey. And it's the journey that we're going to be taking. And shout out to everybody that's watching, man. You know, boom. You know what I'm saying, for hitting that like button. Yeah, appreciate that. We in here. just early morning ranting about just everything. Ain't no statute of limitations. You know what I'm saying? So we see something that's we could talk about the top 10 puppets of all time. You know, from E.T. to Alf, or whatever his name is, to what Kermit the Frog. That'd be another puppet. Even Child's Play, Chucky. That because you know the old Child's Play. That was literally a puppet. You know, we could talk about things like that. You know, what's your what game right now you're interested in? I like to talk about meditations. I love wildlife type things. So if you're into the wildlife, conspiracy theories, they have a lot of them that's going on. But you know, recently everybody's mind is so captivated with what's going on with the coronavirus that they don't realize they actually have other things that's very entertaining that's going on, but it's being overlooked because of so much stuff that's going on. Like they found dinosaur DNA, like literally DNA. Like y'all ready for the Jurassic World type stuff? With that going on, you have something like what's the name? Ida Siri, not Ida Siri. Um, is an AI. Is the AI robot that's supposed to be is like a real person that look like a real person, but I've got a compute back here. Just they take their head and cut it right here and pull it out. Yeah, no we ain't. No we ain't. Mm. Yeah, that's that first cup of coffee this morning. I had started off late, but I had to get it together. Cause man, I'm so hyped this morning. See the with this live, I'm gonna try to figure something else out too. Because after I go live, and then when it uploads on YouTube, it be so long after before the if you don't watch it live, it be forever before it actually posts on my channel, and I really don't have no control over when it posts on my channel. Cause I could just say now, and then it just maybe tomorrow, maybe later on this evening, and that's kind of irritating and frustrating when you see a situation like that. But like I said, shout out to everybody that's out here. What I'm doing is when you get on Twitter, I don't think just hit me XXX Cup Chuck, Triple Cup Chuck, and find me and just tag some of your favorite YouTubers that's going to be doing a live reaction. And what I'm trying to do is just take some of the names that I'm seeing that you to tag me with, and I'm gonna take some of these famous YouTubers. For us, is you know what I'm saying, it's fame, fans, and family. All of us together with the F's, but you know what I'm saying, triple F's. You know what I'm saying. But all that stuff. So basically, I just want to collect everybody and just start putting a little synergy with them. And I'm gonna talk to them. Say, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's cool if I do this here or whatever like that, or if I can, you know what I'm saying. But if not, it's just something that I want to do because I think it's gonna be entertaining to be able to see different perspectives that just kind of going intertwining together, because a lot of YouTubers be having some good points and have good counterpoints, but at the same time they don't coexist together inside the same community. So these people will stay over here and this community will stay over here. You see these people over here and it be a bunch of that. But what I'm trying to do is try to mix it all together. It's gonna take me a day or so, so just kind of like stick around. You have to subscribe to my channel because you might not see it in 2 days, because you know how this YouTube thing is. I put up a video, I literally could type in the exact name, and it wasn't just no short name. It was actually, you know what I'm saying, the description what had a little link to it just to see how it was going to upload. So once I uploaded the video, I typed in the name and the precise name. My video still didn't come up. I said, well, it's fresh, but I know they be having videos like within I want to watch everything that's been uploaded within the last hour or the last day or something like that. And mine don't get that same run through, because when you go into that first hour, that first day, when you're trying to find it, if it's not in that search thing, it's not available. So the next day, if it do pop up in them, it's not going to be considered first day no more. So now I'm not going to be in that first day. I might be in that first month, and then it'll be way down the list. And I'm realizing more about what I need to start doing is connecting to all the people that's with me and that's right here, that's gonna stand on the side and not behind me, on my side. You know, that's how we rock. We all together. I don't do that me in front of nobody or VIP type thing or act like I got more or have more than anybody else. Man, I ain't with none of that. I like to enjoy and do stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people where I feel like it's not fun unless we all coming. You know, VIP don't mean nothing unless we all VIP. You see what I'm saying? It gotta be all or nothing with me. And when it comes to how I act and how I'm gonna be, especially around with the people that think I'm worth it. You know, I put in work for the people that think that I'm worth it. You know, that's my mentality now. You know, I can't go out helping people that don't even act like I'm worth it. But you know what I'm saying? Like people, when you come in just to say, what's up, Chuck? Hey, just here. You know, anything. Man, you know, say something crazy, LOL. You know what I'm saying? Just stop by. Or say, oh, I'm up. You know, stuff like that. You know, just simple stuff like that. You know, that's people that think that I'm worth it. And it make me feel like, okay, he did this here, he want to hear this here. So these are the topics and these are some of the things that I'm passionate about. Let's go ahead and do this here. Like when I was saying on the PlayStation, I ain't saying on the PlayStation, but I was saying the controller, because I was really about to start a Kickstarter. I kid you not. Well, I was trying to put together myself. You can ask Flip. He was like, man, Chuck, what is you doing? You always tinkling trying to put together something. I was going to take the Xbox controller. And what I was trying to do is open it up, you know what I'm saying, and then put a hole right here. And I was going to put the little microphone, the little $5 microphone headphones you could buy from the dollar store, right? And put the microphone part right here. And I was going to have it, when I was going to push the, you know, the little button that'd be on the little $5 to mute it and hold it down to turn it on. You let it go, it's off. It's not complex. Then on the Xbox, if you look at this here, right here, up under the A and the B button, right here, you can have the black and the white button. There's more functions you can have. They could have had another button that's right there if they didn't want to put the microphone right there. On the back of the controller. Why, Xbox, let's be honest, why right here, see these little spots right here, why they don't have slats right here that you can buy your own personal paddles and put on the standard controller? Why they don't have this here? Why I bought this controller a couple months ago, not as good. Look at this here, hold up, let me see. Look what I did this controller already. But they had to go buy another controller. This is literally, I bought this controller right before the coronavirus pandemic. Right before. So it was like, I mean, not, you know, I think it was like January, February. It was at the beginning of the year I bought this controller, right? And I purchased this controller, and don't get me wrong, I've been playing the shit out of it because, you know what I'm saying, through this pandemic, you can't go out nowhere or do nothing else. So I've been on the controller, but it should have lasted me more than this amount of time. But I'm cool. I'm gonna go take it to GameStop, and I'm pissed off with them because they be having these stipulations and rules, and we don't have this in stock. Well, we could order it. You can come back in. I purchased a controller, right? A used controller from them at one time, and then the controller was getting old. I had a warranty. It was a $10 warranty, so I went to go get another controller. They're like, oh, you want to put another warranty on this $10? But at the same time, I'm telling them like, hey, look, this controller don't have the plugs on the back of it where you can plug in the headphones. Said, well, it don't matter. It don't matter. We could just when we swap them out, we just whichever ones we have. And I was like, well, whichever one you have, man, give me one like that. Oh, we don't have it, but they probably had them in the back somewhere hid it for the people who they want to give it to, because you know they just GameStop and they be doing some crazy stuff. And a person that worked at this in particular GameStop is one of those type of people. Well, he'll sell you something, tell you one thing, you can leave 20 minutes later, turn around because you found out it wasn't right. Get back down here, act like, no, I didn't. Yeah, one of those type of people that you'll have to take your hand and do some rock type stuff. You know, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and spit, you know, virtual spit, pop, pop, pow, you know, that type stuff. That's what he'll make you want to do them. Yeah, for real. You know, they have people like that, and when you see people that do those types of things, you try to avoid them because you just don't want to, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be bothered with all that shit because you know where it's going to end up at, right? So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to avoid going to that GameStop because I have two. This one is that way, and they have another one that's this way here. But they both about the same amount of distance away from each other. So I started going around to this one and left this one alone because the dude over there, you know, he'll make you want to, yeah. But if I'm in that area, or if I'm at the store and we close by that GameStop and I need to go to GameStop, which is very seldom, I'm stopping in that store. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey. Look, I want this, and this. What about this here? Hey, matter of fact, do I have to go live on YouTube to make sure that you get this right and make sure that you don't come back and say, no, I didn't, or some funky stuff like that, or now all of a sudden you got a different employee at a different time and he don't want to, you know, whatever like that, and then I had to pull up my phone and say, look, 1 minute and such and such seconds on YouTube, look, this me, this the person, this store here, this what they did. Do you have to start doing GameStop like that? And, you know, those type of things, you know. But I digress about that. Thank you for digital. PlayStation 5 gonna be digital as well. And when I buy the PlayStation 5, 9 times out of 10, yeah, I'm gonna buy the digital one. because I'm here under the Microsoft structure. So I'm gonna be more comfortable about putting my information on the PlayStation, but it's not gonna be just straight my information. I'm gonna find a way where I'm gonna put money on PayPal, and but that I'm gonna do it that way more or less than purchase physical games. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, when I purchase physical games, know what happened to them? Matter of fact, I had my little cousin. I'm right. They came over here, play the game, and then I look up and look what I see. I don't know if y'all can see this shit. All right, look right there. This how they sit my game. Look, just sit it right here on the shelf. No, you know what I'm saying? Look, that's how they sit it. And look, the crazy part about it is the case right here. I don't know if you can see the case right here. Yeah, so that's what they do, how they do my games, and I gotta just leave it there in its own. Yeah, I do have an X, but it's a 360 game. But it's one of the coldest Batman games of all times, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, see those type of situations, that's why I'm digital. Literally, right here, right now. This, y'all know this not scripted, and y'all seen that game right there. And I don't sit my games on. I put my games back in the case, and which if I wasn't talking right here, right now, matter of fact, and look how crazy this looks, man. Exactly. And I don't, I get pissed about when my games get scratched and you get to playing and you get to a boss fight and all of a sudden and you can't get no further. So when digital, if it start messing up, I just gotta uninstall it and reinstall it. You don't get all these scratches and stuff like that. Or have kids at your house and they playing your game and they licking on the bottom of the disc or some shit. Who knows what the hell they do these days? And you can't say that's wrong or that's bad because you don't know what the kids do. Man, when I seen when the coronavirus first came about and they were showing people licking on toilet seats, catching the coronavirus. I heard the dude that started that or something like that, he ended up catching the coronavirus. But, so you can't put nothing past kids, especially if people don't realize. Most of the kids that's around the age of 20 and under, they grew up on 2 girls and 1 cup. That was like, bam, your first experience of seeing, because you kids, you go see something you want to see. Everybody that did it, back in the days, you had a scramble channel, you trying to see something or anything like that. These days, you got the internet that shows you everything. So just imagine yourself at 12 years old, you can go see anything you want to see. And the first thing you're like, oh, I'm at the house by myself, I'm on my phone, I got to see them, go on the internet. Everybody been talking about too. Oh my God. Think about it. That's the first thing you see in life. Then you'll never be able to unsee that. On some other shit, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's see if they got anything that's worth newsable. Besides for the fact of that Donald Trump might have been actually talking about something that people had overlooked when he was saying about the hospitals is actually I'm just gonna say reaching. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not something they do not deserve, because trust me, these hospitals need the funding. So they got to do different things to get the funding that they was gonna need for long terms. I'm not debating none of that. I'm not debating none of that. But I will say when Trump was talking about how what the hospitals was doing and how he was gonna cut the funders and why he was gonna cut it. But if you notice his track record on things that he cut and things that he promote. Okay, I ain't even see this up them, so I can't think of the lady name because I don't know her that well, but I have seen her. Cause she on the cool, she kind of reminded me of the woman with the black hair off of Addams Family, the wife. Kind of reminded me of her. But they were saying that Donald Trump kind of gave her a shout out when she in prosecution for kid sex trafficking and what I'm saying, crimes that's unbearable. Like what I'm saying, well, you see a person like certain crimes that I feel like you can't justify it. It's like, okay, this person is a killer. He done murdered somebody, or he doing this here because he felt like he had no other options and stuff like that. Certain things I can see that's justified. Now, rape is the only thing where I say is they have a thin line between of a person, let's say, just go grab a person, beat her up, and rape a person and stuff like that, or they got a lot of situations where people saying that they being raped and they haven't been raped. So it make it harder for a person that actually been raped for a person to believe them. So case scenarios of these, that's why it's harder to just trace say, oh, lock him up, because it been so many times that people have been burnt about lies that you have to say, oh, hold up. And then the way the rules supposed to work, which it just don't sound right to me. Like it just ain't adding up when they say you're innocent until proven guilty. And it always felt like once you are charged with something, you are guilty. Now you have to prove that you're innocent. And I'm not saying it because it's something that's known to be saying, but it just feels like that. It feels like, oh shit, the police here, I gotta prove my innocence. I gotta make sure I have a time stamp on. Oh, well, you was at about 6 o'clock. Oh, at 6 o'clock I was at the store. I had to say you go check the security camera. At 7:30 I was at this location. You got to keep a tab just in case, because you have to be at all times in a mindset of if I go to jail, if I get pulled over for something, if I get mistaken for somebody else, I gotta have an alibi. So your mind, you always gotta have an alibi in your head, because you always feel like you're gonna always feel like you're guilty until you prove that, hey, I didn't do this. So it's hard to just come out and just be a citizen that's happy, and you always got a plan about things that you shouldn't have to ever worry about, especially in a country that's supposed to be talking about freedom and justice and all these things for the American dream and what a person want to be and how you could be successful in life, and just these type of situations. It's hard for a person to get behind it when you don't see this in actionality, right? You see some complete other different things that people going and they doing. Like they'll say, I know how to swim, but then they jump in the water and they drowning. Or they gotta have life jackets and stuff on and they floating in the water so they can swim, but you see different. Like, yeah, you can swim. Floating and swimming, if you think that's the same thing. But you get what I'm saying? They have situations where people actually be believing in some of the bullshit that they be saying. But I digress again. how many big digresses I get? How many shots I get? How much cup could a triple cup if a triple cup could chuck? I might try to pad that out. Shut up, Gecko. Oh, they got Rocky and Bullwinkle. Who want to have a pecan discussion? Matter of fact, when I say everything, even we could talk about grits. That this is a big discussion. I might have 100 people comment about when I say, do you put sugar in your grits or salt? Those types of things.
Dignity around that person. To keep gravitas behind that person. The idea that this is the most important, the most powerful.
Yeah, and they keep flagging me about trying to was putting some other stuff, so I'm trying to do what I could do. I put both. If you put sugar, it counts as sugar.
All of their behavior.
If you add both, it counts as sugar.
Elected.
Not oatmeal, but in your grits.
That's a chilling moment for you, knowing how all that.
How could you eat sweet grits with eggs and bacon or sausage? I never could understand it. Like, how could you
eat both, sister?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can, because I can eat pancakes with sausage. Yeah.
It felt like people had me in mind when they were casting their vote, but it felt really personal. And
yeah, over your politicking and shit.
Some way, because when I hear you say Donald, a lot of people call the president Donald, sometimes to try to sort of diminish his sense of status or something like that. But when you say Donald, you're just talking about your uncle. Is it odd for you to have this personal and intimate connection with this man who is, for better or worse, and I'm going to say worse,
Donald Trump niece made a book, and they made him sign the MDA, right? So they had to sign the MDA about their family.
You're not his doctor. You've not, given him
Is it? I'm still in here? Yes, we still good.
Psychology and the working of the human mind.
Yeah, it did. It was doing something. I don't know what it was going on for a second. I thought when I said Donald Trump that President Trump was like, get him off. That's triple cup. He might be up too much. He might see me.
But that it's a test to screen for early signs of dementia, I believe.
He got dementia.
We don't know how he did on it, but as far as I'm concerned, his talking about it the way he's talking about it is failing the test.
One of the signs, bragging about passing a cognitive test is one of the ways you fail a cognitive test.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, on that happy note, the book is what's in my hand.
Let me see if I can find some Marvel or DC type
The
stuff.
book is too much.
Boy, I can't wait till I get. Wait till I do this a different way. Cause right now they
Thanks
just.
so much, Mary.
Thanks, Stephen. This was wonderful.
Let me see. Marvel
Mention of Window's office.
related.
Not was using the space.
Wait, you been here?
A few days ago, 1931.
Hey, they showing hello there. Marvel Agents of Shield, right? That's supposed to be like episode 9. I'd have seen this one here already. Episode 9, right? So when they get to episode 10, that should have been came out wherever they at right now. I think they at episode 10. And I know as soon as they come out with episode 10, that's when I'm gonna do another video. I wanted to do one, but like I said, I want to let it build up a little bit, because don't get me wrong, Marvel Agents of Shield is a great show, but you don't want to go through a television show and 30 minutes talking about one episode that's 20 minutes and breaking down things on a 20-minute episode. Therefore, you breaking down every individual piece. What I want to do is give more of like, okay, a similarity that goes across the board on the show. That way you'll know more of what to expect without being completely spoiled with throwing some spoilers in there if you haven't seen it. Like it's TV shows like that. And then especially it's the last season, which hopefully they're gonna change over and take Agents of Shield and turn it into Agents of Sword. And what other? Oh, there was another show that was on DC that I seen that they was combining. Oh, it was Gotham. They supposed to be remaking Gotham. That's kind of hard to see. Yeah, but they supposed to be making Gotham as well. They're gonna have two Gothams. They're gonna have Gotham that was on. Then it was ABC. And then they're gonna have a new Gotham that's supposed to be on HBO Max. That's what's gonna make it cringy, to be honest with you, because I can't see another another Gotham after they just came out with a Gotham and just finished the season. Like, it just don't make sense. DC Flash movie will contain a new DC. Nope. Oh, that's what my other video was about. The one they kept copyright striking, right? And let me see if I can find what it was based on. Well, I know what it's based on, but like the right terminologies of it, because it was Chris Evans. He was doing like it's like, I don't know, it was a foundation or a fundraiser for being able to put politicians on a place where they could each have a topic in a minute to speak and do it well. It won't be that, the board that we've been hearing about, and how he was talking about like giving everybody the same equal balance opportunity without putting his bias upon any candidate, giving everybody the opportunity and hoping they can grow from there. And he was speaking about it, and I was kind of like giving my opinions and stuff like that. But I think it was NBC that said, "Oh no, Chuck, you can't play that. Nuh-uh, too much information on that." I'm like, okay, well, cool. So I'm just gonna come. I said tomorrow, since they wouldn't let me upload my video, so y'all will be able to see it and see how my opinions about how I felt about Chris Evans, the real Captain America in real life. Because to be honest with you, after I sat there and watched it, Chris Evans felt more like Captain America in real life than Captain America on the MCU. It's so many letters these days, is ridiculous. Acronyms. But he was actually bringing out some good points of how he want to do it, why he want to do it, the way he want to do it, and the cause and the reasons behind it. Because he said it's a little gap in between that everybody is missing to this little time frame to actually know what this person represents and stands for, all in one place, where you could get different, all these different opinions and have a quick montage without having these snappy interruptions. You know what I'm saying? Mini bites or whatever like that, so they could sprinkle it on Twitter and Instagram to say yeah, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that, or Donald Trump say grab him by the pussy and then repeat it over and over and over again, you know, stuff like that. I think they're trying to figure out a way of getting over that for this new generation, because this old generation of things to how it used to work ain't working no more. It will not work no more. We the master that. We so far advanced past that, these generations, that you gotta think about it. It's almost on the step of it doubles every year. So like what I mean by doubles every year, let's say you have 100, right? Next year it's gonna be 200. And then year after that it's gonna be 400. Year after that it's gonna be 800. See what I'm saying? 816. So it doubles, and that's how fast that we are moving in this generation. The only thing was this coronavirus pandemic that gave everybody the opportunity to stop for a second, inhale, smell the roses, take a breath, see what's actually going on before we start back running at 1,000 miles an hour, just running. In this case scenario, I'm hoping for the best case scenario, and there's a reconstruction of the foundation of how we built this economy, a different structure of how we think about things, how we react about things, instead of making things where we just bringing stuff out now and then just dropping it, right? Just dropping stuff out, helping a person out, putting a band-aid on it. We could do things to fix one-time solutions and stop these subscription services that they putting us under. Subscription services is when we having this situation that can be solved, and then instead of solving it, y'all just saying, well, here you go, this is going to help you out, and then it's a repeated cycle that you got to keep going back and forth to this location to do something. Simple. All you have to do is plant a whole bunch of fruit trees all around the United States, every part, every in between houses, land that's for the government, that's back alleyways where they could clean all that up and put trees or fruit trees that could be hanging over people. If you're hungry, you can just reach up and grab you an apple, right? You can't sue nobody. And let's say if you get bad apples and stuff like that because you'd have pulled off the tree that's free. Why would we paying for all this stuff? You know, get a bigger way of agriculture of how to spread food around with people, how to be able to, for more people to be able to eat, to not stress about this, how to take away the electric bill, the water bill, and make it recyclable. That's where the money needs to be going into. If you take $1 out of everybody's food stamps for 1 year, $1 out of everybody's food stamps, and take that money right there to plant trees, fruit trees all around the world, grapevines, orange trees, apple trees, plums, pears, all around the United States, you can kill hunger just because a person will have something to eat at all times. It might not be meat, but that's free all around the world. You can have free fruits. It's there. It grows freely. Once you get a big tree, a fruit tree started, and you get a big old orange tree, right? You get an orange tree started. It's dropping other orange trees, and then you're gonna have a whole bunch of other orange trees to start growing right there around in this facility. So this facility might have a whole bunch of orange trees that are just growing up. People just picking a couple of oranges off the tree so they can have something to eat. It's free. Exactly. Treatment is just the back and forth. Treatment is subscription. That's all that is. Instead of curing, treatment, subscription. I guess that's why they ain't like when they had natural healers like Dr. Sabi. See, people don't realize, people don't know Dr. Sabi, he's from New Orleans. You can swear to God he's from anywhere else. No, he just from New Orleans, and he understood. It was way simpler than what they tried to make it out to be about how about sickness and how to get your body healthy and stuff like that. Dr. Sabi literally said it's one thing. It's simple. You get this out of them, you get rid of the sickness. So why they made it complex? They made it so complex because, you know, the truth is simple. A lie is complex because they got to layer it to make it sound right. So basically, if you could take this mucus and find something to whatever sickness it is to be able to flush the mucus out of your system, you will be able to flush the cold or whatever else out of your system to give you health. Being out in the sun, people don't realize you in a house under AC, that's making your bones weak. That's tearing your strength down. When you go out in the sun, now you feeling, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so weak, compared to the person that been in the sun all day. He like, yeah, man, we out here doing this stuff here. We out here, we getting this here because the sun actually helps your body, helps strength. Just being in the sun, just going out there in the sun every day, not being under the AC. Stay out of AC. Keep your body cool, but adjust your temperature where your temperature of your body is more accountable to how to live outside. Because if you're not outside, you're not living. There you go. What's good with it? Sir X-Man and Flip Money. Man, I'm telling you, we're going to be on Bound Channel. We're going to be going hard. Live reaction. You know, we're going to live reaction. I mean, we're going to give it to them raw. Then we're going to turn back around and give our opinions after we sit there and just I was telling Flip, we're going to be on your channel. We're going to be turning up. So, everybody, shout out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bound. Shout out to 100. Shout out to Sir X-Man. Okay, y'all, everybody that's in here. Oh, I'll drink to that. Up with a cup in the morning with Chuck. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for coming rock with me. Trying to see if they have anything. I just wanted to give everybody in the community shout outs. And if y'all find a YouTuber that when I do this montage of videos, this I'm telling you, it's gonna be like everybody, I can say everybody that I want y'all to just push stuff on XXX Cup Chuck on Twitter, Triple Cup Chuck. And if you see a YouTuber that went live on an event, I'm gonna make a collective synergy of everybody saying the stuff at the same time off of different podcasts. I'm gonna try to edit it in where it all flows in as fluid as possible. And I ain't talking about just people off of my community. I'm talking about like you'll have another community of people, a different community of people. You know the people that be around each other in the different communities. And I'm gonna find who doing something and who doing what, and whoever that y'all say. That'll push me in a direction. Say, okay, well, I'm hearing a lot of people saying that this person here, they did a live reaction, and you like the way that the way they did or something like that, and just say, Triple Cup, check this out. Even if you do a live video and it's fire and you want me to check it out, just do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll come in and I'll put them montage together. That's how I'm coming, because it's synergy. You heard me? Well, yeah, I'm just trying to see what got going on, seeing anything crazy. You know, the craziest people in the world. Y'all can see me? Yeah. Zack Snyder had an interview with Grace. She talked a lot about movies and stuff like that. You know, they was talking to they had a lot of people that was on her about. She was talking about some dick pic when they was with it Birds of Prey. The Harley Quinn presents Birds of Prey, and they were saying like in the original vision that the inside the diamond was supposed to be a dick pic, and in a dick pic he didn't want it to get out or whatever like that. So basically they was trying to find his diamond because he didn't want nobody knowing about the size of his hammer. And the crazy part about it was the little girl took the diamond and swallowed it. You know, shit like that, and they're supposed to get it out of her. So I'm like, that is crazy that they were thinking about. Man, I'm right there with you. I'm just getting myself hyped up for the show. I was on that Bone and who I was in a party yesterday. Man, there was so many people in the party. It was ridiculous. It was Bone. Who else was in there? Lemon, 108 Dragon had hopped in there. Who else was in there? Chaos was in there. Savage was in there. Livewire was in there. I think Doc Vodka was in there. Stu P had jumped in there. 100 had jumped in there. Hey, I'm missing some names. Don't get me wrong. I'm missing some names because I'm sitting off the cuff. And it was just people that was coming in and out. It was like one of those events. Like everybody was so excited about the Xbox event that's supposed to be happening today, and that's all you heard people talking about. Oh man, I can't wait to the event. I'm doing this, and that's what kind of gave me the idea of I want to do some synergy to take this person podcast and take another person podcast and who did live reaction and kind of coincide them together and have it playing and bring it here on the channel, and then have my live reaction too. Y'all know I'm going all the way up with it. You heard me? Yeah, in here. But what I about to say about Zack Snyder? Oh yeah, he was interviewed by Grace, right? and he was talking about the DCEU and being in continuity and out of continuity, basically. So basically, Zack Snyder is taking his little cut and and grabbing it and boop, pulling it out of there and sending it to the side. That's what the universe is. But at the same time, they're all saying that DCU is a multiverse and they having different things. But the Zack Snyder universe, trust me, he see this is an empty spot right now. He put his stuff over here. This was Zack Snyder universe is going to lie. And I'm not afraid to say Robert Peterson's Batman, the new Batman. I'm feeling sorry for you, my boy, because Zack Snyder really gonna knock you out the box. You heard me? There he is right there. That's Mr. 100 in here, right now. So this a person y'all gonna see. We're gonna go on his channel. Y'all gonna see the live reaction. You heard me? And we do the live reaction. Y'all gonna see everything. Now, me personally, I'm gonna be on camera one way or another way. But y'all gonna find out. So we gonna actually get it up there. You heard me? It's early in this morning. I'm surprised to see Bone up. Because he in California time zone. You know, I'm in Louisiana time zone. You know what I'm saying? We 2 hours up. Y'all know I had to throw a shot, but that's still cool. That's the homie. He lucky because, hey, Bone, you lucky, homie. I wanted to catch you on some Madden yesterday when I seen you on them. That's what made me hop in the party when I was saying you on flipping out. Y'all was in the party. I said, man, I want to hop in the party. I seen Bone was playing shit, yeah, I drink to that too. Sir X-Men. But check it out. Yeah, G4, I drink to it too with Sir X-Man. Man, hey, when I say I hopped in there because I wanted to hop on some Madden with Bone because I know Chaos, if I play Chaos, I'm going to bed. He going to take out my brain power. We got a chess match going on. That's how me and Chaos play. But when it's me and Bone, it's all about who could shine. So I step back and he'll throw the ball, and I see him throw the long passes and try to change his person to catch. You know, it's more about that with me and Bone. So I was like, yeah, I want to get in there with Bone because me and Chaos, we be going up. Huh? They got talking about the GTA VR. Hey, I tried the VR for the first time. I tried it for the first time. I have to admit, I'm a person that get motion sickness. So that's why I was never a big Halo fan and Call of Duty with the motion sickness. I was playing I had the VR and I was playing this game. I forgot the name of it. But you got a gun and everybody just around and they got guns and they standing inside the little box and you just trying to shoot people and you hitting them and boom, 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 boom. It's like that. So you got the VR headset and you can see all around and you actually see that you in this world. And the only reason why I did it because we was on vacation and we was at at a spot, a big place where it's supposed to be vacation type thing. I didn't feel like I'm at my house. I got this headphone set on my head, and I don't know if somebody just come walking through my door, and I'm sitting here. Yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm in this virtual reality world, Star Wars. I'm on the ship doing this here. And then all of a sudden, somebody standing right here like, Chuck, I got your cup, and it's disappearing out of existence. And all of a sudden, I take my VR headset, I'll do this here and say, what happened to my cup? My cup gone. Do I want to risk losing my cup just to put a VR headset on? Exactly. Man, hey, flipping chaos, I be going at it all day long. Man, flip. That's why I say, see stuff like this here. When next time I want to get it done right. That way, like how you saying, I can send links out and stuff like that. Well, I can invite people on if anybody want to hop in the morning time that's up with a cup. Yeah. The only rule to get on the show, you got to be up with a cup. Oh, CJ, y'all for Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. Hey, they had the dude that look like Easy E on there. Hey, say Bone. Matter of fact, y'all want to hear? No, I'm gonna wait to give y'all my introduction. I'm gonna come holler at you about it. Shit, yeah. Yeah, you about to drink some tea. I mean, long as you up with your cup, it don't matter if it be regular community coffee, or I can have a little mixture of cognac in there. It just depends on how I feel this morning, which I do not advise nobody to drink early in the morning. I do not disadvise. So that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not responsible for the truth that you may or may not hear during this podcast. I mean this broadcast. Exactly. Man, where that Flip? Hey, Flip said he the new 200. He ain't 100, he 200. G4 say, Bound look like, I don't know what I just did. What I just did. I missed something. Say he look like CJ before he hit the gym on. Hey, they, I don't know, cause I played Grand Theft Auto 5. I beat the game, did a whole bunch of stuff. They still they took all that out of Grand Theft Auto 5, and what kind of pissed me off was, but Savage had to explain to me, right? Cause I was so mad about how they did Grove Street, and I was like, what happened in this city? He's like, well, you know, that was at that time and this time of era that, you know, the Grove Street moved and this game did that, and I was like, oh damn. And then, cause I was like one of the people's like, I'm online. Well, oh, that shit, that's Grove Street where all the people. I said, hold up, why they not wearing green? Why they wearing purple? And that's when I found out about the whole, you know, online, you know, the whole thing that happened with on Grand Theft Auto. So I'm hoping, great as that was, Grand Theft Auto is gonna come out with their last one, the final Grand Theft Auto, and just, you know, saying Grand Theft Auto Online, biggest world ever, all story mode online. You know, everything that you do online. Create your own character, your own story online. Those are the type of things I'm looking forward to when they come out with this new Grand Theft Auto. And hey, cause Sony had Brown out Grand Theft Auto 5 and talking about on the next PlayStation how they was gonna do how they was gonna make you repurchase Grand Theft Auto. I mean, the Saints, 3rd Street. Hold on. Pouring up. There you go. Yeah. Hold up. There you go. Something like that. But to me, Saints Row, it would have to get the what's the game that Terry Crews played in that was for the Xbox exclusive? You know, the game that was supposed to be online, that was supposed to be this big open world, mass destruction, 100% crackdown. Now, Saints Row would have to get the crackdown. Thank you, Chaos. Yeah, crackdown would have to get the that same treatment. Exactly, G4. That crackdown. If Saints Row get that crackdown treatment, now we talking about something that's gonna compete with Grand Theft Auto. But for me personally, I just the comic way, it was cool, but they should have leaned a little bit more into why they went that direction. Because me personally, I like the change because they didn't want to be a clone of Grand Theft Auto. Same thing as Mafia. Mafia don't want to be a clone of Grand Theft Auto. But the only thing about it is with Mafia, it was limited on Mafia 1 and 2 of the Italian Mafia. On Mafia 3, they tried to come to Louisiana and do it different. I like the whole Louisiana thing, but it just felt like it just got repetitive. I mean, like really fast. Do crackheads what? I have zero idea. The Moonwalk Jesus song. Xbox Jesus song. Okay, I'm what I'll be doing. Shit, we got what time it is now? Let me see what time. It's 8 my time. We got a couple more hours before the event starts. Hopefully Bound be having this shit together so we can get in there and just go crazy. Everybody in there talking. But sound like we might have a guest. You know how like Mr. Rogers? That's what I might do. You know how Mr. Rogers, he had his show? It is like, we have a guest coming in. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And then have a special guest come in. Like, yeah, man, what's good? Man, what's up? You know, we chill, do some toast type stuff. Shit, yeah. I'm ready, Bound. I'm telling you. This is all promotion. We're going to hop on Twitter to get on there. Because this is going to be, hopefully, our expectations is gonna get blown because we keeping them in check. We gonna keep our expectations in check. So that's one thing I want to make sure that get a call. Even though I'm a hype, look, you know what I'm saying, going in, keep your expectations in check. You don't want to go to a Nintendo show expecting to see some God of War level event. You don't want to see Halo 5 level things is going. You don't want to keep your expectations like that for the Nintendo. So do the same thing for the Xbox. You don't want to see how they had events and then people be like, oh, they didn't do such and such, so it wasn't good because you didn't see what you wanted to see. Basically, what I'm trying to say. So don't go in there and just keep your expectations checked and be mad about, because if the show had some good things about the show, but it might not been your cup of tea, just be like, hey, they had some good stuff, not stuff that I thought of was good, or not the stuff that I was interested in, because they have things that's good that I might not care for. Like for example, I wasn't a fan of hockey, but or soccer. Well, I'm gonna say FIFA, right? Now this FIFA game might be the best FIFA game that's out there, and I'm not gonna say, oh, I didn't like this game simply because I'm not a FIFA fan, right? So I kind of say, oh, it looks like a good game for a FIFA fan, but I'm not a fan of it, of those type of games. I could look at a game and tell if it's a game that I would play or not without having to sit there and play it for hours. Oh, G4, you right. I didn't even think about that. I just thought about that. G4, appreciate that. You just put that in my head when you said that all the Warner Brother games is on sale on the Microsoft Store. And that it ain't just games. It's not just games. They have in movies and other stuff that I didn't even know that was under Warner Brothers, to be honest with you. I'm like, huh? This Warner Brothers? This too? I was like, this Marvel though. Because I seen some stuff that was under Warner Brothers that didn't have nothing to do with Warner Brothers, but I get the whole concept of what was direction they was going in. That means it could be perfect timing for a telltale signs. Hey, G4, you might be on some shit, because that literally could be the perfect telltale sign of on this event. They've been talking about it, and then Microsoft showed their interest, and Warner Brother Games is on sale right now inside the store. Yeah, Cyberpunk is too. Mm. But it just be perfect timing. And I don't want to hear about this exclusive stuff because Phil Spencer, he is not stupid. I mean, he know that he see Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat. I want that. That means they've been talking about that because the people that made Killer Instinct and the people that make Mortal Kombat are friends. Like they the actual people the people that's over, not over, but you know what I'm saying, the head representatives of Mortal Kombat and of who I think it was Double Phoenix or Double Helix that when they was working on Killer Instinct, that they was talking about they would like to work with Mortal Kombat. I mean, me personally, if they do, don't give me that. I know a lot of people keep talking about they want like the Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct. They either want this fighting style or that fighting style, and some people say they want a choice. I'm in a boat. Let's bring this to another level. Ain't no sense of having no choice. Just give everybody all. Basically, what I'm saying is Mortal Kombat technical fighting style, where you might have to be like XYYBX or XYYX or XB8. You know what I'm saying? To do combinations, right? Or forward X, back A, XX. You know, the boom, boom, bing, boom, boom. You know, stuff like that. Now, with Killer Instinct, yeah, with Mortal Kombat graphics, Mortal Kombat, when I say fighting style, as in the way they do the button mashing instead of what I call the Street Fighter with a lot of half circles and back back forward. So basically, Killer Instinct. If you don't know, you could play the game. You could just be doing this here, right? You know, at KI, you could be doing this here, just hitting the buttons fast, right? Just hitting the buttons fast. Now, the thing with Mortal Kombat, you can to a degree, but it more depends on like if you say X, Y, Y, X, the boom, 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 you know, stuff like that, and they'll hit. Now with Killer Instinct, what I want to add with them is